Good afternoon. This is Kevin Lewis from the Middle Initial Podcast. Today is March 11th, Monday. Yes, Monday. Monday. Busy day in NFL circles. We have free agency opening or the tampering period opening or whatever you want to call it. Either way, people are being signed and signings are flying left and right. People are spending bread. So I just came on to comment on a few of them. Obviously, I'm not going to comment on all the signings that happened, but there were two that meant something to New Yorkers that I will comment on, and a couple of others that I found interesting. But first, we'll start with the whole Bryce Huff leaving the Jets to go to Philadelphia. 3 years, $51 million for Bryce Huff. Now, I think that there's a disconnect between the valid frustration with how he was handled, with how the asset was managed, and like what his actual impact is. Is Bryce Huff an impactful player? Yes. Is Bryce Huff going to make or break the Jets defense? No. They have other guys, they have other capable edge rushers. They can still hit the market and get a couple more if they need to. Paying 17 mil for a situational edge rusher for the Jets, I understand why they didn't want to do that. Now, obviously, we have to wait and see what they actually do to address that issue, or as light as it might be, it's an issue, and other issues on the team to get a full grasp of what they do. But I think their defense is the only thing good about that team up until this very moment, until Rodgers comes back, and hopefully for Jets fans' sake he plays well. But yeah, man, I understand why they did it. We will see what they do in free agency, who they do sign, who they do target, and so on and so forth. Them not wanting to pay Bryce Huff that for their context makes sense, even if how they've handled the asset up until this point really did. I think multiple things can be true at once. Saquon Barkley, giant icon, as I'm reading, giant legend, signed a three-year $37 million deal for the Eagles. It could with incentives it could go up to $46.75 million. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I have some long form take about Saquon's fit with the Eagles or pretty much any running back and how much they move the needle, because I think most of them don't. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like this is a purely opinion on the signing kind of take. I didn't come on here to give an opinion on Saquon Barkley signing with the Eagles. I came on here to laugh at the fact that the Giants made one of the funniest draft selections of all time. B, Giants fans argued up and down about that for years. A lot of them, not all of them. If it don't apply, you know what to do. And C, now that he's gone, what is the spin going to be? Is what I'm interested in. And D, also, all of this I've seen like from Giants writers, other people, and all of that. Like the way they talk about this guy, you'd be shocked to find out that the Giants won one playoff game with Saquon and finished over 500 one time with Saquon in the same year against the 13-4, the worst 13-4 team you'll ever see in your life, the Vikings, right? And I saw like somebody was comparing it. Him potentially going to the Eagles was like the Bernie Williams potentially signed with the Red Sox. It was like, what the fuck are we talking about? Bernie Williams and the Yankees had won 3 championships at that point when Bernie was on the cusp of signing with the Red Sox. They've won one playoff game, and if you could remove emotions from it and just look at it for what it is in a vacuum, them paying Saquon what he got would have been stupid for them, given their team context. The Eagles are further enough along. They have a loaded roster. They could do whatever they want. Quite frankly, Saquon probably saved the Giants from themselves by not signing that contract last year. He did them a solid without knowing he did them a solid. And, well, he's gone. The conversation around Saquon being some rock star here is insane to me, given that he didn't have that kind of reach. He never really spoke. He wasn't the outspoken face of the franchise guy. He wasn't out here like that, and the team's results stunk. So I don't know where any of that comes from, but good luck to him in Philadelphia. Kirk Cousins, man. I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Kirk Cousins. Listen, let me make myself clear in that a lot of what I say following the initial point will be in jest. So digest it as you may. Given what the market is, listen, I sat and I watched Derek Carr get $40 million and I watched Daniel Jones get $40 million. Given the market, Kirk Cousins getting 45 per, which is what 4 for 180 evens out as, that's perfectly fair. All right? In a vacuum, it's perfectly fair. Now, Kirk is 36 coming off of a torn Achilles and can still get somebody to commit 4 years to him. I know, cap isn't real, contracts aren't real, yada, 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 this, that, and the third. All that being fucking said, he got somebody to commit 4 years to him. And there aren't outside of like the one contract wonders, like Matt Flynn and maybe Sam Bradford, because that was multiple contracts, but like the first one was the rookie deal. Like, all right, outside of that, yeah, he did get like 2 more, but nobody has squeezed more juice out of the fruit with regard to contracts than fucking Kirk Cousins. In NFL wise, I'm not commenting on other sports. Nobody's got more juice out of the squeeze than Kirk Cousins with regard to bag getting, strictly bag getting. Nobody has. He is one of one. He is in his own tier, and these are his Super Bowls. I'm not even saying that derisively. I'm just saying that it is what it is. Him getting paid is his Super Bowl because he ain't winning no real Super Bowls, and I'm not knocking him for it. Get your bread, young man. Money is more important than championships any fucking way. Get your bread, but these are his Super Bowls, and people continue to pay him for largely game management, like high level game manager, but game management and putting a cap on your own ceiling. Now with the Falcons, I mean, they aren't in range to get one of like the legit difference making quarterbacks, and they probably just didn't want to play the Bears game with regard to Fields. So I understand why they did it in a vacuum, but it's amazing to me that teams continue to sign up for low ceiling game management. It befuddles me, but yo, get your bread, Kirk. All-time bag getter, Kirk Cousins. Christian Wilkins signed for 4 for 110 and 84 guaranteed with the Raiders today, and he's good. I'm not gonna knock it. I hate the Dolphins. They lost somebody, so that's good, I guess. As is the case with a lot of these a lot of deals in general, the next one will always make the previous ones look better because the contracts go up, the cap goes up, and like the first day of free agency is full of deals exactly like Christian Wilkins. So it just makes, if you paid your interior defensive lineman last year or the year before, you feel good about yourself. And NFL teams probably could stand to do that more in general. But being proactive is a chore for a lot of NFL teams. So I get it. Because I mean, Miami could have paid this dude 2 years ago probably and spent half of that, if not slightly more than half of that. They didn't. Now he's gone. Now they have a hole to fill. The game is the game on that one. The Packers signed Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones got released. I would not be surprised if Aaron Jones is a target of the Jets. He's still pretty good. Yes, he's perpetually banged up. Who isn't? He's still pretty good. He's perpetually banged up. He's miles better than Dalvin Cook was when the Jets made that stupid ass mistake last year. Yeah, he's familiar with the quarterback. We know the drill there. I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets made a run at Aaron Jones. As far as the Josh Jacobs Packers thing, he's better than what they had, and at least mercifully, the Packers are done giving A.J. Dillon carries for no real reason. They could actually give a bruiser, a good bruiser, legitimate touches in their offense. Because the A.J. Dillon thing just, yeah. I'd have been mad if I was Aaron Rodgers too. Let's put it that way. Yeah, man. But that's it for the first, 4 hours of free agency. That's just my wrap and my take on it. Maybe we're back by the end of the day. Who knows? Maybe something massive happens. But until then, I'm signing off. See you later.